Hello everybody, it's me Paddy from across the Shuck, and just a quick little video. First of all, before I even get into the video, I'd just like to say a huge thank you to everybody who has sent prayers, wishes, good thoughts been sent to my wife who's in hospital. She had a wee stroke, if you didn't know. She's in hospital now at the moment. We thought she might have been getting out today, but they done another MRI scan and they found something else that they're not sure what it is yet in the brain, so they're going to sort that out. So she's in the right place, and she's been very fortunate for what she, after the stroke, so many things can go wrong, and she was very lucky that, she just has a bit of numbness down her left side, and that's it. So we're very, very grateful, but we're more grateful to the people who have just been so kind and generous with their words, thoughts and prayers. So I'm not going to go on about that because it just gets me a bit emotional at the minute. Anyway, so what's this video? You've seen the title, Safe Queens, My Safe Queens. This is Jay from the Knife Beater channel just started this, and I thought, I like the way he put it across, because there weren't necessarily knives that he didn't use. And for me, I don't have any Safe Queens that I wouldn't use. And it doesn't matter what price they are, or that doesn't, I've got my most expensive knife. Where is it now? As you know, I got it this year. My most expensive knife is this Medford. It's a £500 knife, but I use it. I was cutting carpet with it, but it's a knife that is it a knife I will probably never sell? I don't know is a strange answer to that. I love it at the moment. I'm loving using it. I wouldn't use it if I thought I wanted to resell it, and now at the moment. At the minute, this is in my collection and will stay in my collection, but you never know what will happen in the future. And I don't like, this is an inanimate object after all. It is just a knife. And as much as I love it, this is one that I don't know whether, I might trade it for, say Chris Reeves or something, but it's not what I would call a safe queen. But it's probably the closest things that I have is these expensive knives that I have bought mostly. It's the ones that I have bought that are probably the ones that I'm more passionate about, that I want to keep. But I also have been given and gifted so many knives in this 3 odd years in this community that it beggars belief that how somebody like myself has been given so many knives. So I'm just a grateful wee boy. But anyway, I'm going to get started. These are 5 of the knives that I'll not sell. And then at the end of it, I'm just going to give you an example of knives that I'll not sell, but for a different reason. So Safe Queens is a bit of an ish for me, and I think I'll probably put that in the title, an ish. The first one I'm going to use this is a PM2. There's nothing special about this PM2. It's a lovely black bladed PM2 S30V. I put the aluminium scales on it, which, put it up in price in my eyes, but this is a knife that I'll never sell. Because when I was a young channel just starting, I didn't have the spare cash I have at the moment, and I wasn't able to get, this is what I would call expensive knives, over £100 I couldn't get. So this was gifted to me by Jay over at the Knife Beater channel, who's, put this video up. And I didn't hardly know Jay, he just done it out of the kindness of his heart. So this is a knife I could never sell because of when I got it, how I was given it by someone just being a generous person. Now all knives, it doesn't matter what price they're given to me, are given to me as generous gifts, and I really appreciate it. But obviously there's ones that, that this is part of a knife collector's collection, so this will never leave my channel. And I'll never need to buy another PM2 because this is it. This is my channel, PM2. So that's my first knife. That will never go. And it's sentimental because of the thought that somebody gave me their hard-earned money. And let's be honest, you go out and buy these knives, your hard-earned money, but to give them away to someone who was basically a stranger, That's just generosity beyond. And I know these and many other knives like it just have got to stay in my collection for as long as I could ever keep them. Now, the next one is going to be sentimental knives, and these are knives that I have bought. This one, as you know on my channel, this is one I bought to remind myself of my father. I was close to my father, really close to him. He passed away a few years ago now, but um, every time I use this, I think of him. That's just, this knife means more than anything. Is it a safe queen? Well, yes, because it'll never leave my collection. Do I use it? Oh, yes. I use it a lot. It's one of my favourite carries for over here in Northern Ireland because it's a slip joint. It's a slip joint. It's under 3 inches, so I can carry it legally. So, obviously, this is going to get so much use over here because I can take it out anywhere at any time and I don't have to worry about it. So that's a sentimental knife that just, it's a hinderer. It was the most expensive knife at the time that I'd ever bought. And I thought, will I just leave it on the side and not use it? And no, I've used it and I've enjoyed using it. And the whole point of this knife was to be a memory. And using your memory, to me, is even better. So there's one. And the next one is one of my newest knives. And it's this knife. And it's the knife that I got this year from my wife, and I've just made a horse of it. This is the Spidey Chef. My wife bought me this for Christmas, and I've just done it again. It's the most beautiful knife. I just can't use it. It is absolutely beautiful. It is stunning. I am over the moon with it. I just love everything about it. I love the blade steel. I have watched more videos on this knife than any other knife before. My wife obviously asked me what did I want, and this was, it took me so long to pick this. It was between this and another knife on the drop, which was the Mordax, and it was between this and the Mordax, but I went for this, and I just believe it was a lovely choice. I really love it. This will never leave my collection. This is a safe queen. Will I use it? Yes, constantly. But my safe queen is something that I'm going to keep forever. I know this won't leave, unless I'm destitute in the street. But, I think I'm past that age now. I'm going to be all right. This will be in my collection forever. Forever. And I'm hoping my son will take these, or one of my grandchildren will take this. Now, these next two, I don't know whether people would call safe queens or, I don't know what you would call them, but to me, I'm putting them in safe queens. This is my video, and I'm putting them in safe queens. And the next one is this knife, which is my next most used knife. This is just a Benchmade proper. It's a $130 knife. A wee bit more expensive here, but it's a $130 knife. But it's the first knife at that price that I got brave enough, and I done some mods on it. I modded this. I modded back here on it. I just tried sharpening to put different bevels on this edge. And I love this knife. I love it. I'll never sell this knife. Now, probably somebody won't want to buy this because I put a forward choil in it. So this is my own knife. And is it a safe queen? I don't know what you call it. This is a safe queen because it's going to be in my collection. My children or grandchildren are going to get this knife because it's going nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. I love this knife, and yet it's not expensive. And the next knife that I'm going to do was my first foray into the GEC world of pocket knives, and it was the first high-end. I had Rough Riders, I had all sorts of cheap pocket knives, but this is the first one I'd had that was a high-end. Much like these are high-end in our modern knives, GEC was a high-end. It was over £100 for a knife. For just a pocket knife, and this is what I call just a pocket knife, and this is what it is. This is the Titty-Out. This is the Elderberry Jig Bone. It's the American Jack, I think it is. I'm not even sure that's the right name, but it's something like that. It's a jackknife. It is just beautiful. Very well used, as you can see. completely. I mean, this is never going to go to somebody else. Nobody's going to want to buy this because I have well used it. It's scratched. I haven't even got the box for this. So, I mean, it's gone. This is mine. This is going to stay in the collection. And this just reminds me of when I got a bit more bold and I bought things that were sort of outside my comfort. For a little penknife, I'm paying over £100. You know, this is just the most beautiful little knife, and I use it constantly. And they're my 5 safe queens, because in the definition of safe queen, it's something that you're going to keep forever. You're going to keep it safe, and I'm going to keep them safe. But they're pocket knives, and for me, safe means using them as well. You know, they are my safe queens. They're going to be with my collection. At any time you can ask me, and I'll be able to show you any one of these knives. Whether it's be from sentimental, whether it be it's a gift, or just times that I've explored different things in the knife community that they'll remind me of them times whenever I'm old and decrepit, which isn't going to be very long. But do you know what I mean? This is, for me, this is my version of safe queens. And let's be honest, I could have, I'm just going to put these up here out of the way. I could have gone for all gifts that people have given me. I mean, now this is just a few, and this is scary. There's a Blur, a River Cat, a Kaiser River Cat, what was my Grail knife that benched me at 940. I mean, that'll never leave my collection, but I use these. This is just a recent gift. It'll never leave my collection because it was, you know, it's just a beautiful knife. It's a knife I wouldn't have bought or thought of buying, and then I got it in hand and loved it. But it was a gift. And here's another one from Tony Meador, my great friend Tony Meador. Sorry, that was Jeff Jewell gave me that there. And that was Estee Norman on Instagram. That was Common Man Environmentalist. Oh, I can't think of it. This was Mr. Guilfoyle gave me this one here. Tony Meador gave me this, and he had this made for me and anodized for me. How beautiful is that? So they could quite happily have been my safe queens. Now, I use them all, but they're never going to leave my collection because they're from special people. They're gifts from special people. Now, anybody who gives you a gift is special, but these are from special people with meaning in my life. And you could quite easily just put them down here as safe queens. So I'm not sure if that's what was meant in this video, but I don't have safe queens that I don't use. That's the whole... I tend to go around the streets. All my knives are users because that's why I buy them. Do you know? I know that sounds a bit... I'm not trying to be flippant, but I buy them because of that. Now, if other people buy knives and put them away, I am quite happy to do that as long as they show them to me. I love seeing people's knives. I get an enormous amount of pleasure and no jealousy of somebody got a knife. I might use the words every now and then, oh, I'm jealous of that, but I am not. I just love to see people getting knives that they want. I mean, it's just, that's... To me, if you don't get pleasure out of watching somebody getting a gift or they getting a present or they buy themselves and the enormous pleasure they can portray on a little video, that's the whole joy. And that's what makes these safe queens, because they've all got a special meaning. Yes, I use them, and a lot of people don't use their safe queens. That's fine. I mean, Jay has 2 or 3 of different, 2 models of the same sort of knife, and he'll use one and keep one as a safe. I don't have that. And that's only a financial thing. It's not, no, this is not Stephen is any better, or it's just a financial thing. I can't afford to buy 2 of the knife. So, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I could have not bought this Medford and bought, every one of these nearly and put it away. But that's just not my collecting style. And the joy of our community is different. So I'm going to link Jay's video down below. It's much better than mine. But why not join in with Jay? He asked people to show their safe queens, 5 safe queens. Give it a bit of waffle like I do in mine, but let's see your knives. Whether you use them, whether you put them away, I don't care. I'm not sure whether Jay does, but he's getting mine, but he knows I'm an oddball anyway. So look, thank you very much. Thank you for all the things. I enjoy doing this. I've just come back from the hospital, and this is just my winding down period. I've got a load of knives on the table, and I'm having fun having a look through them. So, once again, the community just comes. It's doing things for me, and it doesn't even know it's doing it. Right, have a waffle long enough? Can I go? Cup of tea time! Goodbye!